And now it's time for the second debate here on New Kids on the Block, and it may be a local story, but it has international dimensions to it as well. As everyone talks about the impact of climate change, we are seeing it perhaps tangibly here in the National Capital Region, where a thick smog has descended ever since Diwali. And the question we're really asking our young leaders, student leaders here on New Kids on the Block is, well, if it's something we can see, if schools are closed because of it, how is it it's not an issue for the leaders? How is it when we go through the manifestos of various political parties, they only do lip service to it, only have a couple of points, and while we speak, we're going to play out some of those points and graphics which political parties have mentioned, but nothing very specific, and we certainly don't see any fiery speeches about pollution or climate change, even though we can see it's killing our children, it's affecting their lungs, it's making them literally sick. So I just want to start, whoever wants to start off, why is it, where do you all stand, and why isn't it that people are having or cutting each other on what they say about climate change? Why aren't we seeing people being held accountable about climate change? Sheila?
Well, you know, honestly, I think that if trees could vote, maybe we would have pollution and environment as a political issue. But unfortunately, you know, it doesn't address any constituency, it affects everyone, and everybody's business becomes nobody's business. There's no particular constituency to which it caters. And, you know, we have seen some kind of thinking on the part of the Aam Aadmi Party government, which is there in the Delhi state right now. Even though there have been criticisms of the even odd scheme and, you know, in the long run it might not work, but in the shorter run it did help at least reduce the traffic, if not the pollution. We need some kind of innovative thinking on part of politicians. Unfortunately, the central government is busy in its own communal agenda, but at least the Delhi government has showed some kind of, you know, thinking on that front. And I think that rather than, you know, we had BJP ministers like Vijay Goyal openly, you know, flouting that, you know, that even odd scheme. Rather than that, they need to be encouraged, the governments need to be encouraged by the people to take innovative measures.
Aggressive measures have been taken to curb air pollution. We have implemented odd even scheme earlier, but not a major level of pollution levels are still high. So recently in a meeting, in a cabinet meeting, the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has announced various measures. It was decided that vacuum cleaning of roads would take place every week, and the dust, it contributes around 90% of pollutions, and there are 61 major sites in Delhi. So regular inspection would be done, and the sites which are more than 20,000 square meters, they will be regularly inspected, and if they will be found floating rules and norms, strict action will be taken against them.
Janvi, I wanted to ask, you know, Delhi has 7 BJP MPs, and yet we saw none of them speak about the state of pollution over here, or even they've attacked, you know, we've seen center state fighting on various issues except pollution. Why is that?
This is something beyond, I'll say this is beyond party and this thing. This is true. This is really true that parties are not getting this into focus, the environment thing, and this is getting into grave concern. And I did appreciate what AAP is doing for the environment thing. This odd even thing was not 100% effective, but it was effective to a certain limit. And I did really request all kind of political parties, whoever comes into power, please get it into consideration. This is BJP, this is Congress or AAP, whichever party. This environment concern is something which is getting beyond our hands, and the sand is getting out of our hands. So this must really, because the same thing happened in Sweden, London and all other countries when this industrial revolution was happening. So measures were taken at a faster rate as it is happening in India as compared to it. So measures must be taken, otherwise seriously things are getting
Shabana, are student leaders changing it?
I just wanted to add that, you know, environment is an issue which seems to be a concern of the first world nations, but actually that's not true, and it's us, the third world nations, who actually are most affected, and then the poor who don't even probably realize, or they don't have the means to fight such pollution. So it's a really grave concern, and since childhood we have heard that we should have a silent Diwali, but it doesn't happen. So why is it that this smog thing is happening only in this? I think that should be an issue.
शीला जी के टाइम में जिस तरीके से पेड़ लगाए गए थे दिल्ली में, हर जगह पेड़ लगाए गए थे, उसके बाद पोल्यूशन का बहुत ज़्यादा कंट्रोल हुआ था दिल्ली में, आपको भी पता होगा। अभी जैसे आम आदमी पार्टी ने ऑड इवन को शुरू किया, अब बहुत ज़्यादा वो सक्सेस नहीं हुआ, फिर भी उसने कहीं ना कहीं कुछ पॉजिटिव दिखा, लेकिन उस तरीके से सक्सेस नहीं हुआ क्योंकि बाद में लोगों ने दो दो गाड़ियाँ ले लिया।
कब आएंगे?
राहुल गांधी जी मुझे लगता है जल्दी ही उनको भी इस पे बोलना चाहिए। दूसरी चीज़ यह है कि और मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि जिस तरीके से शीला जी ने पेड़ लगवाए थे पूरी दिल्ली में, दोबारा से पेड़ लगवाने चाहिए। और इस पे
very quickly Janvi, we totally understand.
One thing which Diwali thing came into this, there is nothing like आप 100% stop नहीं कर सकते किसी चीज़ को। आप दिवाली पे क्रैकर्स जलाना बंद कर दो क्योंकि ये पॉल्यूशन कॉज कर रहा है। आप बकरीद पर एनिमल्स को किल मत करने दो बिकॉज दिस इज ह्यूज अमाउंट। आप फिर क्रिसमस पे ट्रीज मत काटने दो बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट। This is not about stopping something, it is about regulating things.
Okay.
How much crackers are being produced and how much, what chemicals must be used into these things.
नहीं, दिवाली पे पटाखे, मुझे लगता है कि दिवाली पे पटाखे बंद करने चाहिए।
And different from pollution. We have to change. Hopefully, we see more of this kind of debate on pollution as well on the national scale, with all political parties cutting each other and try to outdo each other on how much of an initiative that they can take on environment as well. That's it on this edition of New Kids on the Block. We'll be back same time next week. Join us then. Goodbye.